All right, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is going to be a relatively short video because I just have a theory that I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on down in the comments below, so I would greatly appreciate that. Now, everybody is absolutely losing their minds over the potential that Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler does not happen. Now, what I want to point out is that all of these reports, every single one of them, is coming from one person and one person only, and that is Ariel Helwani. Okay, so look, I've bookmarked all of these. I'm not even going to bother playing these for you because you can go and whoever you watch, there will be a video about this right now, probably playing these clips, reacting to these clips, talking about them, trying to read between the lines and what have you. Now, he started on June 3rd about the press conference cancellation and all that. He's been, people have been posting clips. He's been talking about it ever since then. June 4th, tweeting, no updates and what have you. June 5th, June 6th, all the way up until June 11th, and then today, June 12th, this clip was posted. Listen, dude, okay? My theory, and I'm going to make sure I pause this shit. My theory. Now, Ariel Helwani, if there's a journalist that the UFC does not trust at all, especially with unbelievably sensitive information, it would be Ariel Helwani, okay? The only people that should be knowing what is actually going on right now are people at the UFC, high up as well at the UFC, right? People that are directly involved in contracts and figuring out replacement fights, matchmaking, all this shit, right? Like Hunter Campbell and Dana White and, maybe Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard, but that's probably about it, okay? Aside from that, Conor McGregor's team, okay? Now, my theory is that Dana White or Conor McGregor, one of the two, dude, or his team in general, they are pulling a Tyrion Lannister on Ariel Helwani. Now, this could be complete and total bullshit. I could be completely fucking wrong. And you know what, dude? That's fine. I don't care. But at the very least, I want to give a different perspective than everybody else is giving. Now, as I said, Ariel Helwani is a journalist that the UFC trusts the absolute least. And it's just insane to me that he would be the only one, literally the only source, which, by the way, I don't trust Ariel Helwani to begin with, okay? But now we've got some of the most sensitive information that is being put out all of 2024, and it's coming from Ariel Helwani, the one guy that's blackballed from the UFC. So, in Game of Thrones, or the book series, A Song of Ice and Fire, I believe the book was A Clash of Kings that this took place in, Tyrion Lannister set a trap, okay? Many of you, if you've seen the show, you're going to know what I'm talking about, in which he gave different versions of a story, of information, to three different characters, right? He gave one set of events or whatever to Littlefinger, one set of events to the Lord Varys, and one set of events to Maester Pycelle. And then the whole goal was to see who was the snitch, dude, who was relaying this information back to his sister, Cersei, okay? The brother fucker. Now, Ariel Helwani, as I said, dude, has given us very little information. And he has flip-flopped a couple of times. It started off being, there's a lot of negativity because of the press conference cancellation. Don't worry, it wasn't any salacious story or anything like that. Kind of maybe hinting at an injury or something along those lines without saying it. Do you know what I mean? Then goes and flip-flops and says, actually, there's a whole bunch of positivity now. Completely different vibe from what I was getting on Sunday. Maybe they're not putting the feelers out, all this shit. And then he's now gone back to, actually, no, they're trying to replace the main event. They're looking for fights. They're putting feelers out there and what have you. So I believe, maybe just because I'm slightly conspiracy minded, that there is information being fed to Ariel Helwani that is not necessarily true, maybe even intentionally, but it could be unintentional. Dana White could have told people that this was the problem. Now, also, keep in mind, dude, trying to figure out a backup situation to your biggest event this year is not stupid, right? They probably should be doing it. Now, no fight that they replace this with is going to make up for the fact that the tickets were double what they were at 300, that the pay-per-view, like the people that have already purchased the pay-per-view, the casual fans that only come around for Conor McGregor, there's almost no fight on the planet that could make up for that if Conor McGregor wasn't going to be there, right? Which is another reason why I feel like they are going to fucking fight, dude. Because if not, I feel like the UFC would want to get ahead of this right now. They would want to figure out the ticket situation, because if there is a main event switch, people are offered a refund, right? They would want to figure this shit out, put the tickets that get refunded back up for sale. Try to, you know what I mean? Salvage this situation. The event is in about 2 weeks' time, right? Also, you know, people that might ask for refunds on pay-per-views and things like that, like, I feel as though they would want to try to get ahead of it and not just remain silent this entire time. I feel like Dana White is remaining silent so that come time that they can prove everybody wrong, that Conor McGregor is going to make the walk, he can absolutely fucking obliterate the people that were reporting otherwise. I feel like Dana White told a couple of managers or a couple of staff members or something along those lines who he perhaps didn't trust would keep their mouth closed, or perhaps at Dana White's instruction, go relay this to Rat Boy. Do you know what I mean? For Ariel Helwani to come on here, literally be on what seems to be a wild goose chase where he's flip-flopping stories and then also getting offended when people are like, buddy, you've not told us shit, right? And then try to defend himself by saying, well, actually, no, it's because it was off the record. Well, why have you flipped so many times then? Do you know what I mean? I just feel like everybody's losing their fucking mind. And this is, in my opinion, a potential, okay? Because, as I said, why would Ariel Helwani be the only person that is reporting on some of the most sensitive news that would have been leaked from the UFC all year, maybe ever? The fact that Conor McGregor, a guy who has never pulled out of a fight a single fucking time, right, has fought injured multiple times, has a pay-per-view in a couple of weeks, is returning after a catastrophic, like all this shit, right? Massive, massive news. And it's only coming from the one guy that is entirely blackballed from the UFC. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sensing a little bit of trickery at play here. And I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. So let me fucking know, please. Like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.